Okay, so in this series on the 126 evaporator, we're going to talk about the recirculation actuators and how they work. And so you actually have, I disconnected this so I had more control of this, but let's go over the basic position. By the Another reason your AC may not be getting super cold in your 126 is because this recirculation actuator door may be staying in the off position. So this is the off position. This is the air intake here that comes off of the dashboard. And if this is open, it's just going to pump tons of warm air from the outside into the car. And what the recirculation actuators do is they move the door using this little linkage here. Kind of a hard thing to deal with, but using this little linkage here, they actually pull the linkage using this little rod into the closed position, so that the door closes and this part opens. So when the door opens here, it takes it takes air from the interior that's recirculated. So what are some things that can go wrong? Well, this little rod can pop out of its holder, which is what happened here. But there's more to it than that. These two actuators can go bad, and if they go bad, it can actually affect vacuum levels at the defrost actuator and the center vent actuator. So here's how you can test it. It's as simple as this. You've got your green circuit and your red circuit. And you want to suck. The red circuit activates only the front diaphragm, so you're not going to get a lot of movement. It's just there for a little extra movement. It's called the second stage. It's to hold it, you know, in case of increased air pressure or something. But the green stage is really what does all the movement. If you watch, all beef should hold on your tongue. You shouldn't have any vacuum loss. If you have any vacuum loss, you need to figure out which actuator it's in. But the other good news about this is you can use the defrost actuator as your as a replacement part. You just have to unsnap these ends, but the defrost actuator is the exact same actuator, so that helps, I think. But anyway, now that we've looked at that, you can also look at the center vent actuator, which is a little bit harder to get to. Now the center vent actuator is in this part of the evaporator case. It's in the, probably what I think is the worst part, because there's no easy way to get to it unless you pull the case out, which you don't want to do. But it's held in the front of the evaporator with 4 5.5 millimeter screws. By the way, if you're wondering what this was, it was a footwell actuator. But as you can tell, the foam on this thing likes to come apart as well. So to test the center vent actuator, again, it should have a good hold, but if not, you undo these screws, and then you figure out a way to unsnap. It's kind of hard to see. You figure out a way to unsnap this rod from here. Now, doing this in the car is a work of magic. You need long needle nose pliers, and you need to turn them in ways that one cannot imagine. And you're going to be working through the center console hole just to get to this. So there's no easy way to do this in the car, but it is doable. But I still want you guys to see it so that I know you know what I'm talking about. The good thing is that this thing can be unsnapped and you can change the actuator. The bad news is the whole part has to come out, you know, and that's really where the tough part is. But anyway, now you've seen the center vent actuator and the recirculation actuators. I'm going to show you the last problematic actuator in another video at some point in time, the defrost actuator, but that's the one that's really easy to get to, so I'll try to show it to you in the car and working, and it's the easiest one to replace. So anyway, if you found those two videos helpful, you know, I'm trying to provide more technical content here because I know some people don't like my opinion about things, but you guys haven't even seen the tip of the iceberg of my unpleasant opinions. You know, one of these days I'm going to get on this channel and go on a rant about how much I despise Pope Francis for how severely and nastily he treats traditional Catholics who attend the Latin Mass like myself, and what a great job he's doing. Not, but anyway, we'll stick with Mercedes for now.